Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and someone in my comments section challenged me to do a 4th video in one day for the first time ever. I accept the challenge because there's so much good news out there that I can talk about that I'm going to take that challenge, and so here we go. First thing I found was billionaire Tim Draper is unfazed by Bitcoin crash, boldly vows crypto will surpass fiat money, and the Digital Asset Investor agrees. I'm totally on board with what Tim Draper is saying. The only difference is, and I believe Bitcoin will go to some of the heights he talks about, but I believe that there will be others, such as XRP, that go even farther in terms of total money invested or sloshing around in XRP. But I wanted to read you a couple of things he says in here. He says, throughout the crypto market's meteoric spikes and recent downturn, Tim Draper has steadfastly remained a vocal proponent of virtual currencies and blockchain. In fact, he's confident that the industry's market capitalization will soar to $80 trillion by 2023, as CCN has reported. Draper said crypto will inevitably undergo its share of ups and downs, but the market will continue to forge ahead. The internet started in the same way, Draper recounted. It came in big waves, and then it kind of came crashing down. And then the next wave comes concentrated, but much bigger. I suspect the same thing will go on here. I totally agree with Tim Draper. I think he's dead on. It's going to consolidate, and it's going to come in a bigger wave. It's going to be the biggest of waves next time. Next, and this shows you how this industry is coming together. These guys are creating a market, and a part of that is the regulatory environment. So it says the former New York Stock Exchange CEO to head up a crypto code of conduct group. It says the Association for Digital Asset Markets will provide rules for trading, custody, and settlement of digital assets like Bitcoin, with guidelines encouraging ethical conduct and increasing market transparency by both participants to both the public and regulators. Rules are fundamental to the development of any market. Over 200 years ago, market leaders came together to draft rules that led to the creation of the New York Stock Exchange, said Duncan Nuderower, Atom Advisory Board member and the former CEO of the NICE, in a news release. I want to stop right here and go over this. One thing I've told you over and over on this channel is that I think I've said it in this way. Imagine if you had been there before they even created the New York Stock Exchange, and someone gave you the opportunity to buy a stock that was let's say it was, and I'm not saying Ford Motor Company I'm not saying that it was around before or after the stock market. I'm just using this as an example. Let's imagine that you're able to buy shares of Ford stock, knowing that the New York Stock Exchange was about to come to be opened up to institutional investors and then retail investors. That is where you sit, owning XRP right now. I can't tell you this enough. They just said it right here. They said 200 years ago, market leaders came together to draft rules that led to the creation of the New York Stock Exchange. You own it right now. Me and you were there. We were here first before they even made the rules, and we figured out how to do it safely. We figured out how to get a Ledger Nano S and put our digital assets safely somewhere while we waited for the scariness of the wild, wild west that we've been in to go away. They're formulating this market right now, and all you and I have to do is one of two things: hold and keep buying as long as this market stays down. We're on the precipice of a new asset class for the first time since 1696. We're watching them. The Backed is about to be the new New York Stock Exchange, and we get to be there and watch it. So there's nothing to sit around and cry about. You should be excited. Everybody that's watching this should be extremely excited about what's about to happen, because you hold your shares. You've got your XRP in your hand, and if you're smart, you've got it safe and off the exchanges like we've talked about. And all you have to do is hold that stuff and keep it safe and just sit back and wait, because Wall Street is coming. A new market is coming. A new day is coming. A revolution is coming. So get ready and quit your whining out there. It makes me sick. I'll tell you this till I'm blue in the face. This is the first time in, I think, 2 lifetimes that anyone has been in a position that first we've been in a position of a new asset class with a completely new market that's coming along. But more important than that, it's the first time in 2 lifetimes that the poor or the average Joes have been able to invest in it. Traditionally, it's only been the people who either did the inventing or the people that were the rich investors that were investing in the invention that had the chance at getting wealthy. This is the first time, to my knowledge, in 2 lifetimes that someone who has nothing or just a little bit can get theirs and get there even before the rich guys, which is what we've done. So be happy, be excited, because what's coming is going to blow. It's going to blow up like you've never even imagined. Next, I wanted to show this. Now, I don't know why this news is coming out now, because it's kind of weird. It says former eBay chief believes Ripple pivotal in e-commerce future. And it says, according to R.J. Pittman, the former chief product officer at eBay, Ripple, XRapid, and XRP will play a pivotal role in the growth of global e-commerce. Pittman made these comments recently at the Swell 2018 conference. I don't know why this is just coming out now when it was at the Swell conference, but I'll take it. He said this, and so I wanted to at least let you know. This is a guy from eBay. I think he should know. And he's basically saying here, it says Pittman is of the opinion that XRP, XRapid, and XCurrent will have a transformative impact. He calls them a potential lubricant in the global machine that will power cross-border payments for companies like eBay. Now that is amazing to think that a guy like that's saying that. I just wanted to make sure I mentioned this article, even though it came from Swell, which I thought was kind of weird. Why would this be coming out now? Moving along. And I want to thank at Steve Vargas. Steve follows me. He's got the Liechtenstein flag there. I like that. And he sends me this from the LCX, the Liechtenstein Crypto Assets Exchange. He tweeted this to me. But go follow him. He's a very active community member. And he says, he sent me to this tweet. LCX, Liechtenstein Crypto Assets Exchange, receives business license. LCX is permitted by the Liechtenstein regulatory to provide exchange trading services for, quote, utility and payment tokens. Do you know of any utility tokens? I do. XRP. Liechtenstein, ground zero of the world's wealth, can now list XRP on the LCX exchange if they haven't already. That's exciting. I'll see you in Liechtenstein. Moving along. This is from, the guy that sent me this next one is Ripple_Roids, RRRIPPLE_Roids. And that's obviously a Ripple guy in the XRP community, so follow him as well. And he sent me this, I think it's a he. World Bank wants to hear about Ripple's faster and cheaper remittance service. Before I read this little part, do you know any other digital assets that the World Bank is talking to? I don't. It says Nomad, the Global Knowledge Partnership on Migration and Development, and the World Bank's Migration and Remittances Unit on social protection and jobs global practice are eager to know about distributed ledger technology, an innovation used by Ripple, a San Francisco-based startup having the intention of helping banks solve remittance problems. The two bodies have therefore invited Dilip Rao, Global Head of Infrastructure Innovation at Ripple, as speaker during Nomad seminar that is to be held on Thursday, November 29, 2018 at the World Bank main building in Washington, D.C. I think that speaks for itself, people. We are in some interesting times, and it's going to get a lot more interesting. Then my buddy Mike Jansen, who I told you is the Indianapolis Colts announcer, and also is the guy that did my intro and has a production company. Go to mgjansen.com if you need some production work. He sent me this next piece, which I think is pretty darn interesting. This is tweeted out by Barry Silbert. Nasdaq launches a Bitcoin exchange in 5, 4, 3. You think he knows anything? He's one of the most powerful people in blockchain. And then he retweeted CoinDesk, big announcement on stage at Consensus Invest. This guy reveals that VanEck is partnering with Nasdaq to bring a regulated crypto 2.0 futures type contract to the market. And then down here it says Nasdaq, NICE and Nasdaq both planning new Bitcoin investment products for Q1. As I've told you many times on this channel before, they're going to come up with products you can't even dream of. They haven't even dreamed of them yet. They will have derivative products you can't even imagine, loan products, interest-paying products, anything you can even imagine in the investment realm. These guys are going to hatch around digital assets. And it's about to be some really, really exciting times because of it. So bring it on, Wall Street. Thanks for all your hard work. Last thing I wanted to show you is two things, and these are from fans. This is Stephen Vargas again. These guys, I never thought in a million years when I brought up the fact that I put cinnamon in my coffee that there would be so many people that caught on to that and thought it was funny. Here are the 5 health benefits of cinnamon at Steve Vargas. He gives us the 5 health benefits of cinnamon. 1, when used in conjunction, can cause a bull run. Halts effects of neurodegenerative disease, may lower risk of heart attack, has anti-inflammatory properties, may dull the effects of bear market. Those are all good tips for this bear market. And now to the funniest thing I've seen in a while. This is from Mr. at XRP, Mr. B XRP. Donald Trump is even getting in on the cinnamon action. He says, digital asset investor shall never run out of cinnamon because I ran out this morning, and it's now a declaration from Donald Trump. Thanks for that, Mr. B. You made my day with that one. That was pretty darn classic. I'm the digital investment advisor. I am the digital asset investor. Sorry, I've never messed that up. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button. And tell your friends and family that Donald Trump says the digital asset investor shall never run out of cinnamon. Thanks for listening.